All right, guys, welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy. I'm Josh, and it's windy, so if you're hearing wind noise, you're gonna have to excuse that. But we're out here today with a gas gun, and we're gonna be testing some muzzle brakes. So we have the Vision, we have an Ultradine, we have two of my buddies' brakes from Ritec, and on the rifle right now, we have the Chad. This is the Chad Light, so this is meant for gas gun stuff. So what I'm looking for is what's gonna give me the best possible recovery, the fastest recovery, the least amount of muzzle rise, as I move into next year shooting more of these DMR comps. So we're gonna be running the trigger cam. You guys are gonna be looking through this Mark 5, 5-25. We're gonna shoot at 400 yards and we're gonna learn together which one of these is the best. 77 TMKs, hand loads, nothing crazy, pushing like 2760. So it's not like a majorly gassy setup, you know, and it's obviously a competition rig, but let's see if any of this makes a difference. All right, we're gonna start off here. This is the Chad Light. So again, we're gonna be looking out there at 400 yards. I'm gonna try and recreate everything as best as I can. Obviously, we're not shooting off a rest or a bipod. That's because I don't shoot this rifle off of a rest or bipod. This is how I shoot this rifle when I'm competing. So we're not really worried about accuracy. I do expect some POI shift. Coming in about there. We're just gonna first start on this bigger plate and we'll see how far off we come. Okay, so about a mil, it looks like. Let's go to this middle plate. Okay, same, came up about a mil. Okay, we'll do one more. Let's go to the small plate. Okay, learning it a little bit. This table, as you can see, is not the sturdiest thing. We're going to load into it a hair more, go at this target. All right, I think that's good enough. That is the Chad. Let's go with the Ultradine. And one thing I forgot to mention is that I'm gonna be talking through these about what I'm feeling because you guys can't see that through the camera. The Chad, I am getting some blast back in my face. I expect the same out of the Ultradine here. But yeah, let's get back into it. Send a few with the Ultradine. Start back on this left side, about the same amount of shoulder pressure. Okay, more upward recoil. Okay. All right, let's go at this guy. I'm really gonna load into it now. Okay, so definitely more, but less blast on me as a shooter on the Ultradine. Not perfect, still feeling a little bit, but let's go to the Vision. All right, we got the Vision brake installed here. Now this is a brake I ran on my 22 ARC bolt gun. Did really well for me at the gap grind. Have no complaints about the brake. Don't recall there being any blast, but we're gonna see how it works out of the gas gun here. All right, starting the same sequence, same pressure, same everything. Okay, recovered really well back on. Okay, that time we did come up about a mil. POI looks like it's changing a little bit. Okay, let's go to this target here. I'm gonna aim under it. I think I'm hitting high. Yeah, so we're hitting a little bit high on here. Let's go to the small plate and bottom of the plate, see what our recoil does. Okay. Really paying attention to maintaining that same exact pressure that I have on the other ones here. Okay, interesting. Okay, not bad. I would say this is probably better than the Ultradine, not as good as the Chad, and we may come back to that. Let's check out these Ritec brakes. And as far as the shooting experience with the Vision, very pleasant, like no blast felt on me. We have the bigger of the Ritec brakes. Let me time it up a little bit better. These have a clamp, so they have like a thread clamp kind of deal going on. Kind of like this, what I usually do with mine is tighten it up so I can barely move it. Like I have to apply a lot of force in case I hit the crap out of it on something during a match. then I can move it, but it just doesn't move on its own. And I actually kind of like that system. I know some people don't. Again, we're expecting a little bit of POI shift. Let's go with the center line of this. First round on the bigger one of the Ritec brake. And this, I don't think it's for sale. I think this is kind of one that they've been testing. So let me see here. Okay, very pleasant, no gas in the face. Let's go at this plate. Recoil, let me add a little bit more. Looks like we're here a little left. Not bad. Extremely pleasant though. I feel nothing on me. Yeah, so probably, again, somewhere in the middle there, recoil compensation. You guys will actually know better than me because you're seeing this trigger cam footage. But the shooting experience, I mean, holy smokes, I feel nothing, like nothing. That's pretty good for that. All right, so we have the smaller Ritec brake on there now. Guys, this isn't a sponsored video. Nobody sent these in for this video. The most recent purchase is the Chad, and I bought this. The Vision, I was given this to test by those guys. The Ultradine, same thing, but that's been like almost a year more ago. I was testing these on bolt guns. So nobody is like influencing what I'm gonna say about these brakes. But so far, the Chad is, I think as far as recoil goes, the best and probably the worst as far as blast back in your face. All right, we got the small Ritec brake, and this one I'm extremely familiar with. This is the brake I normally shoot. Okay. Absolutely nothing back on me, but as you can see, you know, we're giving up a little bit of recoil control for that. Off right, it looked like. So yeah, let me really get in on this last one here. Let's go center line of this. Okay. So yeah, about probably the same as some of these that are basically not giving you any blast. I would say the larger Ritec brake was better at muzzle control with no blast. The Vision, I would say, is a happy medium. We're very pleasant to shoot. Recoil control is definitely pretty decent. Not the best, and I'm gonna say that the Chad is probably the best. All right, I am literally looking for the O-ring I was using to time this Chad because, like I said, I bought this and on accident. I'm not upset about it, or, you know, I bought it. They forgot to send the timing nut, so I was using an O-ring to time this basically, and I'll be dang if I can find that stupid O-ring right now. Where in the world? You know what? It probably got blasted off this by one of the brakes. See if I can find it. Oh, I was right. It was all the way over there. So I'm pretty sure the recoil control is the best out of this, but I also feel like it's probably the worst on the shooter as far as blast or concussion goes. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, and that's not terrible. Yeah, a little bit of wind. Let's load up a few more. Let's see if we can, oh, we got a few more here. Let's see if we can double tap out there. We've got a bigger target, and then we'll get on some props. Oh yeah. All right, let's load into it a little more. That is funny. I do feel the blast. Let's get on some props. I got a prop right here. Let's just see how it performs there, because obviously we're not going to always be shooting off the table, but the recoil control in this is real. All right, so a lot of what you're probably about to see out of this prop is going to be this prop, but this, you know, is kind of real life. Let's see what we can do. We'll load into it the best we can. Look, I mean, this thing is, you know, it's wobbly on purpose. Oh boy, that's really good. All right, we're gonna run a stage here. I'm gonna turn this a little bit because I'm a cheater. We're gonna shoot, let me dial back. We'll go from 100 out to 400 yards there. We'll see how we do. Oh, this is definitely awkward. All right, I can't even see the other one, so. Okay. Need a little bit more there than we thought. Wow, pretty good. All right. Pretty freaking good.